Hi, this is Elossa, and today I'll be talking about MIDI on the Soma Laboratories Terra. First I'll go through some basics and MIDI settings, and then we're going to see how to control other devices with Terra's interface and how to sync it up with other gear. I'll try to save your time and keep everything short and informative, so let's go. I have Terra's MIDI output connected to Hydrasynth's input, and now I'm ready to turn them on. This ensures that they connect properly. Terra will keep outputting sound as usual when sending MIDI, though right now it's not sending anything as we haven't set the MIDI output mode. For this I want the MPE mode to get the most out of Hydrasynth's MPE compatible synth engine. To set the MIDI output mode, you press these three sensors and then light up these two LEDs. I'm setting the MPE mode on in the Hydrasynth's MIDI settings, and I'm also going to turn the clock sync to internal. If I didn't, all the tempo related functions such as the Arpeggiator wouldn't really work, as Terra doesn't send MIDI clock. Here we have Terra controlling the Hydrasynth. I gotta say, it's a completely new way to play this synth, gives it a whole new level of expressiveness. And the parametric sensors happen to control the first 4 macro controls of the Hydrasynth. In many cases this gives pretty interesting results right out of the box. The gyroscope's x-axis is sent as pitch bend as well. As I said, a whole new level of expressiveness. There's simply no way I could control the macros in such a way on the Hydrasynth's interface alone. With some patches though, you might run into trouble. This is due to the Aftertouch controlling the pitch bend and a rhythmic effect, and it's surely a nifty trick on the keyboard. But it kinda breaks down when Terra is constantly updating the Aftertouch value for each node. Yeah. And for this there's a simple solution of just changing the MIDI output mode on the Terra. There, all better. One thing to note though when turning the MPE off is that the gyroscope becomes pretty unstable. It becomes pretty much unusable for most things musical. Not sure if this is due to some setting I missed or if it's just a bug, but you can just turn the gyroscope sensitivity to 0 and you should be fine. Though now the gyroscope pitch bend information is already set to very low, so I'll have to restart. All Terra's knobs except for the volume knob send CC messages as well. And by using this MIDI output mode, you can have all the note sensors send CC messages. As you connect any MIDI gear sending a clock signal, Terra will automatically sync the arpeggiator and LFO to that tempo. Unfortunately, the delay cannot be synced to tempo, so you just have to find the suitable tempo by hand. Here I have a beat playing on the octave track, and as you can hear, Terra is synced to tempo. Starting the notes on time when synced is pretty important, as no transport messages are received by Terra, so it doesn't know where the grid is, and so we just have to time it right. This can be a bit of a nuisance when turning the wave knob or tapping these LEDs to change the arpeggiator subdivision, because you easily get out of sync. So there's a fair bit of learning with the timing of all this, but I just like to hold some notes and add, for instance, a bass note and then just play with the parametric sensors. Lastly, I'll show a quick example of the synced LFO. These certainly are nice ways to play this instrument, but I feel like the MIDI input side is a bit lacking right now. With the firmware version 1.2, the MIDI in is only for clock sync. Also, some sort of a transport sync would be nice, but I have no idea if that's even possible, or if it's something Soma is planning to implement in the future. We'll see. But I do want to say that I appreciate the way this encourages you to play this by hand and not just have a sequencer do it all for you and possibly end up losing all that expressiveness and feel that this instrument does so exceptionally well. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I hope this gave you a good look of what's possible with Terra using MIDI. As I said before, there are countless ways you can utilize MIDI to control all sorts of devices, and I'm sure you will find new and interesting ways to use this in your own music. Thank you for joining. Till next time. Bye.